What's up guys, Ryan Colpitz here from Power Media, and in this video today we're going to be breaking down some video ads, particularly top of funnel video ads. And as you know, video creatives are one of the biggest levers that we have that we can pull on the traffic side of the equation with our paid advertising, right? And to be honest with you, most creatives miss the mark, okay? So we pick some content that has some pros, some cons, and we're going to look at what they did well and what could be better, okay? And one thing I want to point out first too, next time you're on social media, pay attention to how you behave on these platforms, okay? Most times when you log in, especially if you haven't been on in a little while, then the first content that you see is going to be very tailored to what you respond to and engage with most. So typically you're going to engage the first few posts. You're going to take your time, look at them, read them. But as you scroll down, the content's going to get less and less engaging. And when that happens, you start to scroll faster and faster and faster. And when you start doing that, you're going to be basing your decision on whether or not to stop scrolling based off what you see and what catches your eye as you're scrolling, okay? So keep that in mind when you're making video ads. Pretty much everyone does the same thing, okay? And so in order for your creatives to be effective, you have to grab people's attention. That's super, super important. And that's why the hook is the most important part of the ad, that first clip that we're showing. That being said, just because you catch someone's attention doesn't mean you're going to engage them and encourage them to click on your ad, okay? And so keep that in mind. Your content is, the job of your creatives is to sell the click. In order to do that, you have to get people to stop scrolling, okay? So focus first on having super, super engaging hooks and testing your different scroll stoppers, make a custom metric to see what percentage of people are stopping and watching the first 3 seconds of your ad. So let's jump in and look at some of these creatives and see what they did well and where they could improve. Cool, so let's jump in and take a look. The first ad here is from Coco and Eve. The product is a self-tanner with skincare benefits. And this ad style is gonna be a product demo.
Bounce it, just bounce it. Everybody wanna come, I'm announcing it. I'm always gonna get it, I'm always gonna get it. Even if you sit back denouncing it. But I'm a good kid, I rock gold, I'm never gonna sleep with you. I loved you, I've been wrong, but let me see the whole damn picture. But damn, I got it, super when he popped it. Fake ass ride when he got it. Roll this snowmobile, so I know it's real. Nobody's ever really gonna stop it. Goddamn, yes ma'am. Can I do what I can as a man? Can I be what I bounce it, just bounce it.
Cool, so starting with what this ad does well, very engaging, fast paced, really quick transitions, which is really important, okay? People have very short attention spans, and if you have long drawn out clips, people are not gonna watch your content. So that's a first pro. Does a very good job showing the product, showing before and after, and really showing it in use, showing how easy it is to apply. The model is very bubbly, and that's another big thing, okay? When you have your models, or whether you're outsourcing your content, your UGC, whatever it might be, it's very important that you have models that thoroughly look like they're enjoying their product, okay? Another good thing that they do is they do a really good job showing the value proposition and differentiators. A self-tanner that is also good for the skin, and then obviously all the benefits at the end too, the features of the product and what the actual ingredients are, but also showing how easy it is to use. And like I said, the before and the afters for a product like this are huge. So where this ad could improve, the biggest thing that stands out to me is the text is very hard to read. It kind of blends in with the white. And so just make sure that the text that you're using for your ad stands out and people it catches your eye, right? Because it's really important too that people are reading that. And the last thing that could be improved, if we watch this one more time.
Bounce it, just bounce it. Everybody wanna come, I'm announcing it. I'm always gonna get it,
So the nice thing that they do is they have 3 clips all within the first 3 to 5 seconds, which is very, very good. I think that this hook could definitely be improved. Instead of showing just the bottle, potentially even showing this shot right here where she's rubbing her stomach with a big mitt, right? Because that's gonna get people to stop and really pique that curiosity, and basically stand out from a lot of the other stuff that people are just seeing when they're scrolling through the feed. So that's that one. Good ad overall. Honestly, those are a couple minor things that I would adjust, but again, very good ad. The next ad is going to be a pan from Missing Kitchen. It's a carbon steel pan, which is a natural non-stick. There's no coating. And so we'll jump into that. This ad type is a product demo with a little bit of comparison thrown in. So again, great ad. It's short, it's simple, and I think this would be very, very effective. I think what they do well is right off the bat, they're they're asking a question. Why do chefs love cooking in this pan? So that kind of builds some authority through just saying that chefs love using it. Obviously, chefs are going to be the authority in the cooking space, and so that is one thing that they did very well. Questions are really effective at the start of ads because it gets people to stop and think. And you'll see this in a couple other ads as well. If you can basically position some authority along with a question or your value proposition in with a question, it's going to make it that much more effective. And a lot more people will stop and watch that first 3 seconds. Another thing it does very, very well is it shows the value proposition of the pan. It's a non-stick, obviously. And so showing the egg swirling around, showing the really, really nice shots of the food, okay? So people that are gonna be buying expensive cookware are people that are spending a lot of time cooking, and so they care a lot about good food, okay? And so it's really important that they show the finished product, right? And so the features of the product is non-stick, it's like cast iron, but it's lightweight. And so those are the features, but the benefits are that you're going to be able to cook amazing food, and it just makes your life a lot easier while you're doing that. They use a good use of analogy when saying it's like cast iron and nonstick had a baby. So it really allows our brains to kind of make sense of exactly what it is without really going too deep into the features, which no one really cares about at the end of the day. It's fast-paced, engaging. They used a lot of cut shots where they have 2 different shots going on at the same time. Where it could be better, I think where it's a non-stick pan, they could have done a lot more of showing the problem that's being solved in the pan, showing a pan that has food stuck all over it, very hard to clean, annoying, pain in the ass, and ultimately kind of ruining the food, okay? Another thing, the hook isn't really overly engaging. And this is kind of a common theme that you'll see. Not a lot of people do a really good job at having super engaging hooks. And one thing that we do when we're creating content is we'll have a structure for an ad. We'll have our shot list and our storyboard, and we'll plan 3 to 4 different hooks, which the only job of the hook is to stop that scroll. And another thing, I think it would have been really nice to incorporate some sort of UGC, even if it's just someone saying the brand or 2 to 3 words, like 2 to 3 words. Another thing that I think they could have done a better job of is incorporating user-generated content, some sort of testimonial, social proof into this ad coming from a customer. And the last thing is another thing that I think they could have done a better job of is incorporating some sort of UGC or social proof at some point, whether it's just a text review or some sort of testimonial UGC review. It's just going to add a little layer of social proof, and it doesn't need to be long. Okay, you can throw it in really quick. It's very easy to get, and as long as it's authentic, it's not going to hurt. It can't hurt your ad. It's only going to help you. So let's look at the next one. Moving over here to Dropbox. This is a ad from Glamnetic. These guys are crushing it. If you go look at their ad library, you'll really get an understanding for how much content top brands are testing. And this is super important because at the end of the day, the biggest point of leverage that you have with paid advertising, especially on Facebook, is going to be volume. Okay, and so once you have, the more volume you have, the more things you can test, the more things you test, the more insights you can get. And it's just going to allow you to avoid a lot of volatility. So let's take a look.
Lash glue is messy and sticky and ruins your makeup routine.
Glamnetic makes magnetic eyelashes that stick straight onto their magnetic liner. It's a game changer in my makeup routine. I don't have to deal with sticky glue or any difficult lashes anymore.
All you have to do is apply the magnetic liner onto your eyelid and watch as the lashes pop right on.
These lashes are a game changer. These lashes are a game changer. You have to try Glamnetic lashes. They were so easy to put on. I cannot believe it. Love the liner, love the lashes. They turned out so good. So if you are looking for some lashes, give Glamnetic a try.
If you're struggling to figure out which lash style, length, and fit is perfect for you, we have a lash quiz that can help you figure it all out.
Boom. Okay, great ad. Starting with the pros, good hook. Okay, starting with the problem, the pain that they're able to solve that their competitors can't all solve. Right, the lash glue is obviously a lot more annoying, a lot less efficient, and they're really driving that home. Okay, so really embellishing the problem and really trying to resonate with people that are using other products on the market. Really good product demo and showing how simple the product is to use and making it look really, really easy. Immediately following that hook, basically that hook, what it's going to do is anyone who's using lash glue that is having frustrations with it, it's really going to resonate with that. They're going to stop and watch, and then they get hit with a product demo right after, showing how simple it is to apply, and showing how easy it is to put the eyelashes on. Obviously, this is a UGC focused ad. So what I really like is how they use a mix of actual UGC where people are talking, along with voiceover when people are applying the product. And what that is going to do is it's going to allow you to make the UGC seem a lot more authentic if you don't have an experienced model. And so depending on where you're going to get your content done, a lot of times it takes a lot of practice and a lot of experience, or just a certain type of personality to really pull off authenticity. And with UGC, authenticity is extremely important. And so that's a good strategy that you can use to get the most out of your talent that you're using. Another thing that they do well is handle certain objections with whether or not the lash styles are going to be what you want. They have the option to take a quiz that they push at the end of the video, and basically the objections that they didn't handle. Moving on to the cons, which by the way they do a good job of in a lot of other videos, a lot of other ads that they have, is showing how strong the hold is. And that's one of the objections that people are going to have. One of the fears that people are going to have watching this video is it going to stay on all day, or is it going to, the last thing someone wants is for the lashes to fall off if they're on a date or, wherever they might be out in public. And so I have seen them do that quite a bit in other creatives, and they didn't in this one, which I think they would have improved the quality. Besides that, just the objection of what's in the product itself, because obviously if you're applying something to your skin, which is magnetic, that's kind of the first place that my brain goes, and I imagine a lot of other people would think of that as well. Overall, great ad, and this one probably crushed it. And if you want some inspiration, especially if you're in the beauty space, you should go watch all Glamnetic's video ads. They are very, very well done. Cool. So next one is a ad from Vessi, and again, this is on Dropbox. The quality looks awful on here, so I apologize. But let's have a look. So honestly, all around, amazing ad. This one does a really good job of showing the different use cases of all the different locations that you can be, right? And so this ad is something that would work for whether you're northern with like snow and slush, or you're on the beach. And so they tackle all that in such a short period of time. They start off with the main value proposition, which is it's waterproof. these guys are absolutely crushing it. Another example of a brand that you want to check out their ads. Another thing that I really like about this ad is that the transitions are amazing and stunning. And a lot of times when you focus on videography, it's going to affect it's going to affect the performance of the ad, and it's going to affect the quality of your performance, right? And so that's one of the biggest things that we struggle with when we're bringing on new creators in the past has been, we have these people who are so creative and they focus so much on the transitions, and these guys do a really good job of having amazing videography, but also a very well structured performance creative. They do a good job with lifestyle. They have the offer with these stamps overlaid, shown through the whole video, which is good. Obviously, it's a story placement, and not too many bad things to say about this. This is overall a great ad, and I would give this a 9 out of 10. I think the only other thing that I would probably like to see in this would be some UGC, whether that be through testimonials, again, maybe text reviews, or social proof. It doesn't necessarily have to be UGC, but some social proof showing how many reviews they have, their overall ratings. These guys are huge, and so especially if this is a prospecting ad, then it should definitely, and especially if this is a prospecting ad, it should definitely incorporate some sort of hype and social proof. Maybe features, publications, things like that. Overall, great ad. Cool, so the last one we're gonna look at is the Casper. They sell premium jewelry. This is gonna be more of a lifestyle product focused ad, and we will take a look and see what they have done. Okay, so this one, great ad. I really like this one actually. So obviously with the premium jewelry, it's gonna be a lot different from, let's say cosmetics or, other industries where it's a premium product, a fashion product. This might go for you if you're in apparel, but basically they do a very good job of keeping that premium, clean look and feel, starting off with the problems being solved, right? Really pushing that pain of cheap jewelry. And if you go look at these guys' website, they sell not an extremely high price point. I think these necklaces would run around $120. But basically, so these guys, it's a great ad. It's again very premium. Hits on the different the value props, which are waterproof, tarnish resistant. But at the end, they throw in that green call to action button, which I don't like. That's the one complaint I have with this ad is at the end, there is a tacky looking call to action. Ah, man. So small details, very small detail at the end, but they do such a good job with having it clean, and at the end, that green just throws me off for some reason. Aside from that, good ad. Could incorporate UGC. Notice how it's a little bit slower, a little more drawn out clips. This is something that you'll see a lot more in the fashion and apparel space. Another thing that I think that they could have done better is potentially showing it in more of a lifestyle environment. So, out in public, and really showing what it looks like, in another environment aside from just, in a studio. Again, I think, it's something that would be more of a compliment to add. And at the end of the day, it's probably an ad that brought in a lot of revenue. Cool, so wrapping this up, basically one thing that you'll notice with all these brands is that they're really focusing on the benefits over the features. And that's really at the end of the day gonna be what drives people to engage and consume your content and sell that click, which is what you need to be focusing on. Focus on the emotional side, focus on what your product is doing to improve your customers' lives. And And yeah, some great examples to draw inspiration from. Go check out their ad libraries. And if your brand needs some content to scale, maybe your top of funnel creatives, if you're looking for video content that's going to really drive performance, drive growth, and improve your overall return on ad spend, our team at Power Media specializes in creating video content for direct-to-consumer brands. So if your brand needs more volume, more variation, or just overall better creatives that's going to drive performance, schedule a time to speak with us, and we'll see if we're a good fit. Take care, and thanks for watching.